Alright, y'all. So this is the long-awaited Q&A video. I got a little light set up here. We're at my desk right now. Chilling in the room. So, if you follow my Instagram, which... sorry. So if you follow my Instagram, which is probably how most of you guys found me. If not, go follow. But I've been posting on my story that I'm going to be doing a Q&A again because my last Q&A video, I just enjoyed doing it. It helps me learn more about myself too. It's almost like therapy for me to just talk to you guys. So yeah, I got a list of questions here from you guys. Actually get them out. And kind of just going to talk about myself. But real quick before we hop into that, I do want to say I'm sorry about my consistency with videos. I feel like every other video, I'm saying like, okay, I got a routine figured out, I know what I'm gonna do. And I do have goals written down for what I need to do in order to achieve my goals, but sometimes obstacles get thrown in your face and you just gotta deal with it. So basically the point I'm getting to is right now, I have a little back injury I've been suffering from. We've been working on it because I don't really have a choice. I'm kind of obligated to go and lift, but haven't really been able to lift that much, and it's extremely limited me. So I've actually decided that I'm cutting now. I sort of kept it quiet for a little bit because I wasn't sure. I've been kind of wavering back and forth between a bulk and a cut for a little bit, and obviously that's an issue, and that also caused me to have troubles with my eating, but yeah, we've been cutting the past few weeks, and it's actually allowed my drive for food to go up. So I am actually hungry again, so that is good. And I believe I'll be ready for this next bulk. But yeah, I guess that'll actually kind of tie me into my first question for tips on how I eat, and like another one is what protein do I use. So as of right now, with my cut, I have been eating... Actually, I'll just pull it up. So right now, on my cut, I'm eating 170 grams of protein, 200 grams of carbs, and about 60 grams of fats every day. And the rule for sugars, guys, is you want to keep them around 20% of your overall overall carb intake. You want to keep your sugars at about 20%. So for me, that looks like 40 grams of sugar a day max. And one more thing with sugars, sorry, I'm going to rant a lot in this video, but one more thing with sugars is ideally get them in the morning, because if you're having them towards later in the afternoon, I just don't think it's good to especially sleep on sugars if that's still going to be in your system. But sugars are not as bad as people think, because you can get sugars in the morning, and you can use that for your day, as long as you're moving on your sugars. If you get sugars in before a lift, that's perfect. That's why people love to do honey. They like to do pink Himalayan salt, because salt also retains water. But yeah, sugars are not bad, as long as you use them efficiently. So yeah, that's what my macros look like right now. Also, I'm actually drinking so these are called Zevias. So they use stevia, which is like a natural leaf, I guess. All the other artificial sweeteners digest the exact same as sugar. They spike your blood sugars, spike your insulin. It's just stupid. So, and alongside with that, things like aspartame, it's now labeled as a carcinogen. So that means it's going to cause cancer, or could cause cancer. So fake sugars are not it. If you're going to have sugars, stick to about 20% of your overall carb intake. Keep your proteins high, keep your carbs high, and a decent amount of fats, not too many fats. Maybe in the future I could coach you guys, if any of you guys want me to be an online coach for you as well, because that has been a possibility I've thought about. Okay, so yeah, hopefully that covers a little bit about what my macros look like right now. Now when it comes to actual eating for food, what I do to attain my macros, a few things I like to do. So in the mornings, I'm always going with Oikos yogurt. I'll just pop up a picture. I I find some good macro waffles that I'll also pop that up that I can eat. Pretty low fats. They have a little sugar. Like I said though, sugar in the morning is not awful, and I just eat those as is because sugar alcohols digest the same as sugar as well. So that's where companies get you a lot. They say, hey, oh sorry, they're doing construction outside. I thought someone was knocking on my door. But they say, hey, these sugar alcohols, it's not sugar. So they label it as sugar-free, but it's not if it's going to digest the exact same as sugar and do the same thing sugar would. So, okay, back to my food again. But mornings, I like to do usually yogurt, either waffles or bagels. Both of those digest well for me. Everybody digests different carbs better, worse too. But ideally, you just got to find what works for you and what digests the best and what works well. Getting fruits in the morning is also important. Something I need to work on for sure. Hold on. So I've showed these in other videos, but this is called a fruit and it's called Balance of Nature is the brand, but it's a fruit capsule essentially. So it just has a whole blend of different fruits. So this is kind of like a multivitamin in a sense, but it's actual fruit. So, hey, I take those in the morning. They also got the veggie one. So yeah, those are good as well. That is something I like to take. It's a good supplement to take. My parents actually bought them for me, but they freaking work. They help me with my digestion. So yeah, snacks. So this is what it looks like for me. If it'll focus. I'll just pop up a picture of this as well. But I have like a list of essentially 3 big meals a day and then 2 snacks between each meal. And then I have a snack right before bed. But having different meal times throughout the day, like consistently, ideally 5 or 6 small meals compared to 3 or 4 big ones, that'll keep your metabolism constantly going, constantly digesting proteins, just doing the things it needs to do and keeping your hormones in check. So, like I said, it's kind of hard to portray some of this in a video because there are so many layers to it, and if you're brand new, it's probably pretty hard. So, coaching could be an option here, guys. I think I might start doing that soon. So, leave a comment on that as well if you want me to possibly do coaching. Yeah, lunch, I'll pop up a picture of what... Oh, shoot. I didn't take a picture. I literally told myself I was going to take a picture of my lunch today, and I didn't. But I like to make little tacos with either chicken or hamburger. Put fat-free cheese in there, because that's just basically just protein. The fat-free cheeses, because they use skim milk instead of fatty milk for the cheese. Yeah. Tacos, I'll do chicken with the rice, hamburger with rice. That's just what I like to do. Once again, it's finding what works for you. But then, usually my dinner as well is whatever mom makes. I kind of make it match my macros, and then I'll fill in the rest with whatever I can. But yeah, dinner's either mom makes it or I'll just do more chicken and rice or hamburger. And also at my work, because I work at this taco shop, I get a free meal every shift. So at first I did just chicken tacos there, but I will say they use a little too much butter for my preference for the taco shells. So I just they let me get a plate of rice and chicken, and it works perfect. I got this crazy good salsa too. It's fire. TNT's plug. Just plug my workout real quick. I'm gonna have to show my boy that. My boss. He's also my friend. My boss is my friend, which is sweet. Because his whole family, it's this Mexican family, and they own the taco shop. And they also own another Mexican restaurant. Alright guys, I'm sure you, I feel like this is a lot of talking, but I guess it is kind of the point of a Q&A. So, yeah. Hopefully that gives you an idea of what it looks like for me in a day right now. And when I bulk, I do a little more fats. I can have more hamburger, sometimes cheat meals as well. Usually once a week with the cheat meals. But yeah. Okay. Pretty simple one. How tall are you? Actually, a few people asked my height, my weight, just how tall I am in general. So I'm 5'8". I would say more or less, but because every measurement's different, but I'm around 5'8". And right now, I hate saying this, but I weigh 145. So my last bulk cut cycle went horrible because, well, at first it went great. I got up to about 160 morning weight. Sometimes during the day, if I had a full gallon of water in and tons of food. One time I weighed 169, so that was the max I ever weighed with tons of food, tons of water. So I felt great. And then partially through that bulk, my body sort of started regressing. It got really hard for me to eat. I felt like a throwing up sensation in my throat. Just could not eat. So that's also a part of the reason I'm cutting now, along with my injury, because I'm not just going to sit around and bulk up and get fat without even being able to break down my muscles. So I'm just cutting right now, maintaining the muscle that I have and leaving it at that. But yeah, 5'8", 145. I'm a small shit. Tips on how to eat properly on vacation. So for me, obviously I had all my different meals, but I brought these little, I'll grab it real quick. So I brought these little cans of chicken. Worked well for me here. It's like a chicken breast in a can. So I'd get up normal time for my breakfast around 7. Do my breakfast, already told you, yogurt, waffles, bagels, whatever it is. And I would go lift. Then I'd come back and usually I would actually do a bagel with a protein shake after my lift that day. Bring protein though. Bring protein and like protein shakes, and bring some canned meat, ideally, if you can. If you're going out of country or you're flying and you can't bring canned meat, try and find some. Try and buy something you can do. But you just gotta make sure you get your proteins in and your water. That's just the most important things. And yeah, also when I'm on vacation, we just go out and eat a lot. It's just what we do. So I would just try and find something that worked for my macros for my lunch and my dinner. And then for snacks, obviously chicken or protein shakes and bagels. You guys see a cycle here with the bagels. I like to do that a lot. Bagels work well for me. They digest well. They taste good. I can put some cream cheese in it as well. Yeah. So yeah. You just kind of got to dedicate yourself. You got to make it work with what you got. And that goes with everything in life, really. You just got to make it work with what you got. You got to deal with the cards that are handed to you. Because you might be handed a shit hand of cards, but you can also reshuffle those cards and make it work. You can win the game. I know that sounds kind of cringy, kind of cliche, but if you actually apply what I just said, you can change some things, guys. What are your long-term goals?
What are my long-term goals? What are my long-term ambitions and aspirations? I don't know, man. Just get big. Just get big. That's probably the biggest one.
Sam Sulik clip. I don't know, guys. Right now, I really don't know what I want to do with life. I thought I was going to be a pilot. I want to be an influencer. But right now, we're just going to be going to college. Hopefully, I just applied for college in my state. Hopefully, we can just do an open, undecided major right now for the first year or so. I'm just going to be doing classes, seeing what I like. But yeah, just exploring different avenues of life and just really finding out who I am and what I like to do. So yeah, don't really know what I'm going to do. Just get big as shit, I guess. Alright, so I've had a few questions about this. Why are you religious and what role does Jesus play in your life? And also, what is your favorite Bible verse? So, I'll cover all of these right now. I'm trying to think how to say this. So, I grew up my whole life around Christianity. My family's Lutheran. Not that that entirely matters. I think it's between you and your relationship with God. I think there's a difference between growing up around it, around church, around Jesus, and growing up with Him. So just recently, I will say, I've really dedicated myself in my heart to God and my relationship with Him. And I actually want to tie this in with it. So I wouldn't say necessarily I have a favorite Bible verse, but there have been some that have been more applicable to my life than others. And 1 Timothy 4:8, I woke up one day, I was like, man, God, I have no idea what I want to do with life. All I enjoy doing is working out. I need you to speak to me right now. I don't know what to do. Open my Bible straight to 1 Timothy 4:8. It says, for physical training is of some value, but training spiritually, training for godliness, will affect you both in this life and in the life to follow. And I was like that sent chills down my spine. I was like, okay, like, you literally just told me exactly what I need to hear. And now, that's when I decided I'm going to cut. I'm just going to cut, not worry too much about the lifting side of things, and just focus more on myself spiritually. And with that comes benefits mentally and also physically, because if you're benefiting yourself mentally, so if you're benefiting yourself spiritually, you're going to feel better mentally. And if you feel better mentally, your hormones are going to be more in check, which will help you physically. So it all just worked out for me, and I thank God for that. And yeah, that verse just really spoke to me. So my relationship with God lately has been, I'll just say good, because we all have a sinful nature, and there are things that we all need to work on. But recognizing that those rules, those commandments that Moses created, those are created to call out our sin. Those aren't created to make us feel horrible, like we're an awful person and we can't do anything with life and we're stuck in these boundaries that God created us to be stuck in. No. Those commandments are created to call out our sins, so we recognize in our hearts what it is we need to work on. It's all to make you a better person and grow yourself. And that's another reason why God has played such a big role in my life, because lately I've been so focused on just helping myself, growing myself physically, mentally, and especially spiritually. So yeah, that's God in my life for you guys. Helps me so much, helps me stay focused. The power of the Spirit gives me the strength to get up and feel motivated to do things. And one guy, I'm not going to say your name, but you know who you are. We had a little talk about kind of mental challenges, and we all go through it. Everybody goes through that shit. I'm going to be honest with you right now. Everybody goes through it. Some people are just better at covering it up than others. Everybody has issues. They have things in their heart. They have things they recognize they need to work on. They don't. I'm not saying you're not special for that, but I'm saying you need to take initiative and find things you like. Find hobbies you like to do. Do things you enjoy. Don't just sit around on your phone all day. Sit around on social media. It's just so not worth it. Because really, here's another thing. Thinking about social media, you're just scrolling. You're endlessly scrolling. TikTok, Instagram. And then when you're done, you think back. You're like, shit. Like, did I just, like, what do I remember? What did I learn from that? And even if your whole page is mentality, there's only a few things your brain can take away at once if you're scrolling endlessly. Because you only remember, like, the last 5 things you had. The last 5 things you saw. The rest of it's just gone in your brain. It's just wasted time. So limit yourself on your phone too, because, and I'm going to tie in religion with this, but this freaking apple on the back of your phone, it's like the apple in the Garden of Eden. It seems amazing at first, but then you take a bite It's what's crazy to me. There's literally a bite in the apple. You take a bite, now you're tied up in all sorts of things. You're stuck in your phone, you're hooked onto it, you're hooked onto social media. All of these people are now so judgmental of each other and they don't even know each other. You're just judging people based on how they look or how you think they come across as. I think social media is absolutely of the devil. It's absolutely a joke. And I know that might seem crazy for me to say, but man, being in the industry now, it just exposes how fake so much of it is, because like all of it really is angles and lighting and manipulation of your camera to make yourself come across the best way, to hit the explore page, to get people to engage with your content. That's also another part of my motivation here, because I want to be more real for you guys. I want you to understand that we all have problems. We all have things we need to work on, and I want to be a motivation to help you guys so you can grow too. You can grow with me. Okay? So, you're not in it alone when it comes to mental battles. You'll get through it. You really will. You have to put your mind to it. You have to apply yourself to get through it. Okay. So, why do you do bodybuilding over strength training? So, I also really like this question because this one allowed me to think more about myself when I was thinking about it. And I was like, why do I like this? Excuse me. So part of it was with wrestling, my sophomore year going into my junior year, I had to put on size because obviously I just wanted to be bigger, but I also there was a weight spot that I could be in to be on the team. And so I was putting on size really quick, and the best way to do that was bodybuilding. So, and not just per se bodybuilding, but training more hypertrophy, which I guess can be bodybuilding, but I do kind of a mix almost. I do power building in a sense. So I'll do like my first few sets will be like 6 to 8 reps ideally, so more strength, more heavy pressing, pushing, pulling, whatever it is, whatever I'm doing, right? But then I'll work into more hypertrophy, maybe 10 to 12, 12 to 15, sometimes even 20 to 30 reps. I think having a combination of all three of those is perfect. And yeah, that's just me. And another part I wanted to throw in with this was, for a while, I did kind of go for PRs and 1 reps and stuff, and I would injure myself a lot. And that's actually part of the reason I'm injured right now, because last year I had a little tweak. Deadlifting 315 pounds, which, okay, to me that right now, that's like I could do that for a few right now. Maybe not right now because I'm actually injured, but I guess the point I'm trying to say is like at that time it was so important to me to ego lift and reach this PR, hit this lift, and now it's like baby weight to me. So why would I focus on that, especially with shit form? Because I just really didn't have good form, and I still don't know if I even do half the time. But it's also easier for me to just train with good form when I do hypertrophy, and I love the squeeze. I love the feeling of just knowing that I'm growing my muscles, because another reason is I would rather look like I could bench 315 pounds than actually be able to. I know everybody has their opinions on that. Some people are like, bro, you don't want to bench 225. You don't want to do all this. I just don't care, because to me that's just an ego thing. But once again, I'm going to take everybody's viewpoints on this and recognize that everybody has different view on it. I'm just explaining my view, and I just like bodybuilding. It's what I like doing. I like hitting the gym, breaking down my muscles, coming home, getting my protein in, and knowing that they're going to grow. And also the social media aspect, because when I blew up, that's when I was also initially doing more powerlifting, and not more powerlifting, but more than I do now. And now I just do bodybuilding because I'm just trying to get big. right? So yeah. So what is my what is my workout split / routine? Oh my gosh, we're at 23 minutes. I've been talking for a minute now. Holy, hold on. These are so good, by the way. Well, I mean, they are right now because I'm on a cut and I'm just craving sugar, honestly. Zevias are good. They're not great, but then you get used to good and you don't even think about great. So, whatever. And that might make sense to some of you guys, might not. But yeah, so what is my workout split / routine? So, for a while, I was doing a push-pull legs, pretty classic. And then I did an Arnold split for a little bit. And also, this is just finding what's right for you. But right now, well, not right now because I can't lift, but once I get back into it, I'm going to be doing a chest day. So I can just totally focus on my chest, break it down. You're sort of indirectly training your triceps on that day as well. And then I'll do a back day. Okay, so just a chest day, just a back day, and then just an arm day. So you're getting your whole upper body in, throwing some shoulders with chest, maybe throw it in with arms, maybe both because sometimes your shoulders can take that volume. And yeah, throwing more rear delts with my back because I need to focus on that. And then I'll do a leg day. I don't know if I want to do how I want to plan out my rest day yet right now, but for those of you guys that watch Sam Sulik, I also have been taking a lot of inspiration from him right now with all of that, but you don't entirely need rest days when you're doing a 4-day split like that, because by the time I do my chest day, and then by the time I do my back, arms, legs, that was 3 days for my chest to recover. So my chest is ready to get it again. My chest is ready to work. So don't really need a rest day unless I feel like I'll need one. So that's also kind of why I want to do a chest, back, arms, leg split. So yeah. Okay. I'm going to try and just wrap this up. Let's see. Yeah, I think that was everything. That was like most of the questions I got. Okay, last one. I'll do gym music. So, for my gym music, y'all, some people are gonna be so judgmental. Some people are gonna be like, yeah, this is the shit. But I like hardstyle, but not just hardstyle. I like the hardstyle that's like songs from when I was a kid. So I don't know, it just puts me in this mood to just lift and just think about everything I've been through, I guess. I don't really know. I just like that shit. So I just listen to old hardstyle music, remixes of old songs. Then I also like sped up music of literally anything. When it's sped up, it kind of just gets me in a rhythm to keep going, and I don't always have to change the song all the time. It's just there's always something sped up that's moving quick, so it makes me want to move quick, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's what I like doing. I hope y'all learned a lot more about me, hopefully. I can talk a lot about stuff when you guys ask questions, so keep the questions coming in the comments, please. I'm going to edit this video. I don't know, it'll probably be out. I don't even have to say this on the video because it'll be out when you see it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and please subscribe, follow the Instagram, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.